Welcome back, gamers of all variety, to Gamer Guide channel. I am Rollin, and today it's going to be about you guys, the viewers. I have two viewers, robots I want to review on the RoboShop. One of them is going to be Ttomer15, and the other is Mechclaw. Both players I enjoy playing with, and both great builders too. And I want to check out two of their creations, and we'll kind of compare them. They're both going to be healing hovercrafts of sorts, I think. Kind of checking out some of his other creations though too. He's got some really nice design work, especially like on this guy here. I like the electroplates, the layout and everything too. Lots of SMGs on this guy. Really interesting. It's got some really low hover placement on this particular vehicle. And then I guess 1 nano on the bottom. But this is not the one we're going to check out. We're going to check out this other hover medic here at the front. So I already got a couple of rentals and got 4 stars in both style and combat. But I really like the design on this thing. It looks fantastic. It has 14 nanos and no guns whatsoever, so I'm not sure if that's going to be a problem, but I do like the design on it so far, and I can already see giving it 5 stars just for the craftsmanship that went into it. So the way this is going to work is I'm going to play one song from the featured artist in this episode, which is From the Dust, and then after that song is over, I'll give you my commentary on what I feel about it so far, but I figure that way I have a little time to evaluate it before we actually get to my critique of the robot itself, and a little bit of time for you to check it out for yourself too, so you can form your own opinion without my commentary coming into play. So let's go ahead and purchase this thing here. I'm going to go ahead and use that inventory forge cost as I don't have all the robits in the entire universe. I am going to change one thing up though real quick. I'm going to put on some of these laser vaporizers as I need some kind of offensive weapon going into this. I can't just use nanos, as nanos don't do damage anymore, unfortunately. So I will have 9 of the menders, 5 of the vaporizers. I'm going to go ahead and recolor them too to match the ship. But I guess that's my first piece of constructive criticism. I feel like you got to have some kind of offensive weapon. Maybe some people like playing pure healers, but I can't quite pull that off. Anyway, gamers, I'll give some more constructive feedback on Hover Medic after this song. All right, gamers, hope you enjoyed that. That was a song called Infinite from the Dust, who you can find on SoundCloud, YouTube, and some other places too. Does some good music. But on to what I think here about the Hovercraft Hovermedic from Ttomer. It's really tanky. I like the redundancy too, and it seems like you always keep flying, basically, no matter how much damage you take. It is a little bit slow, though, I feel like. A little bit too sluggish, kind of for my liking. But if you stay with your group, it should be no problem. Just kind of keep in the company of other allies, which you should be doing anyway as a Hovermedic. But I just think you will definitely get outrun by other Hovercrafts on the ground. But that's really about the only criticism I have, except for what I said earlier about needing some kind of offensive weapon. But of course, people can always switch out the weapons for whatever they like, maybe plasmas. I personally like the vaporizers lately, and then having nanomenders is definitely the right way to go. Certainly a good choice there. Having the power booster on this thing was really nice. I never ran into any power issues at all. In fact, I might have even been able to go with a little bit more powerful SMGs, like going with the disintegrators instead of the vaporizers. So all in all, really great. Doesn't really have any other tricks, but it is super tanky and did do a really good job all around, except for just being a little bit sluggish. Anyway, let's see what we get in our chest, and we'll go ahead and give this thing a rating too. And we got a hover. Oh my god, good. That is a pretty rare thing, ever getting a power module in a chest. I'm super happy about that. Normally, I have to buy those damn things, and they're really expensive, so I'm super happy that I ended up with that power module. Let's go ahead and rate this thing. I'm going to go ahead and rate it 4 for combat and 5 for style. I just couldn't bring myself to give it a 5 in both categories, as just because I had to change out the weaponry at the very beginning, and because it's a little bit slower than I like, but 4 is very good, and it's probably like a 4.5 or 4.5, but I went ahead and just gave it a 4. Alright, let's go back to the robot shop here, and we're going to look up the name Mechclaw, another guy from our community and someone a lot of fun to play with. He has had a hovercraft called the Glaive he's been working on for quite a while, and he's put out lots of different iterations. I kind of helped him a little bit on his 5th iteration, or gave him some advice, but he totally constructed this completely by himself. And now he's on his 2nd version of the 7th iteration. So it's come through a lot of changes. It looks completely different than what I remember, and it looks like everything that it could possibly need is on there, including a little bonus, what is that, a New Zealand flag on top? That's kind of cool. We got a speedometer, we got guns, we got healing beams, thrusters. It looks like it's ready to go right out of the box, so that's definitely a plus for this vehicle. But it's going to be the same thing as last time. I'm going to go ahead and play another song here from the Dust called Wildfire, and then I'll give you some more feedback. All right, well, what a great little hovercraft this is. One of the only criticisms I really have is that these big power-consuming SMGs really drain the power very quickly when you're under 1,000 CPU, I've noticed. And so I think maybe vaporizers might have been a better choice, but I do like the damage output. It just seems like I've hit bottom of the energy barrel a couple of times. Besides that, though, this thing is really maneuverable and a little bit quicker and more responsive, which I like in my hovercrafts. I definitely like the little extras as far as the cosmetics and stuff go, like the speedometer and the flag and stuff like that. Nice little touch. For being under 1,000 CPU, this thing is really tanky. It's I'm really impressed with the amount of damage it could take. I died that one time, but that was totally my fault, just being in the wrong spot and getting teamed up by two different opponents. So very happy with it, and good job on this second version of the 7th Glaive. So if you want to look this up on the CRF, it's like you saw earlier, Glaive 7, and this is the updated version. So we come out with a victory. Let's see what our score looks like. Got that one death, but we had a pretty good amount of assists, and we also got 4 kills. Ended up with the top spot, so very impressed with the hovercraft. Good job. I want to take this time to ask you guys, if you are watching this video, to thumbs it up, please. And if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing if you enjoy Robocraft and other games like Robocraft. All right, let's see what we get in our chest here. Couple of rare things. Another nano mender. Those are always handy. Oh, we got 2 of them. Very nice. I like the double nano menders for sure. And let's go ahead and rate Mechclaw's vehicle. I'm going to go ahead and give it 2 5s, as everything was kind of there that needed to be there, and I didn't have to add anything to it to make it viable, so I'm going to go ahead and put him up at 5 and 5. But what do you guys think? Which of the hovercrafts did you like better? Let me know down in a comment below. And also, what did you guys think of the special event they had over the weekend, the Temporal Rift event? Personally, I felt like there's a little bit too many Tesla bots flying around with the extra power on the stealth and Tesla coils. But if you take that whole thing out of the equation, I did enjoy the event. I still feel like EMPs need a little bit more love, and shields maybe as well if they go back to the norm. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Later!